What's up guys, ᴢღ낳ᴏ here. Today we'll be reviewing or commentating on a ranked gameplay video that we just did a few days ago actually. I think that it was a very interesting game because we managed to face very formidable opponents actually, as compared to your regular ranked everyday people. Alright, let's start. Alright, right off the bat we see that on our enemy team we have Salty Salad as a trio, Fanny, Estes, and Aurora, and then they have Franco and Roger. On our side we have ᴢغ솜, Clint, Hilda, and Cyclops. Of course Hilda is me.
Welcome to Mobile Legends! 5 seconds till
right off the
the
bat we see that
battlefield.
Fanny has
All troops deployed.
to require to get a buff right at the beginning, so they're just hoping to come around here and catch someone off guard. But what we realize that their whole team is here, kinda. Of course, because you have 4 on the enemy team, we just disengage, of course.
Wanna play risk wrestling?
In fact, I'd like to mention this, that Hilda is one of the strongest tanks in the early game because of her early game damage
Request backup.
from either taking your first skill or your second skill, as well as your regen when you're in the bush, and the shield too. You know, with the patch, they buffed the shield such that if you stay in the bush, you get a shield every 5 seconds, which is pretty damn good because the shield itself lasts for 5 seconds. Alright, so nothing much to see here. We're just gonna solo top for a while, then Cyclops coming along. At this moment I want to say that, well, we probably should leave ᴢღ솜 at the bottom to solo. But
only the fearless heart.
alright, so we're at the beginning of this game. We're not doing too well because we're just accepting their 3-1-1 approach without even adapting to it. Because you see that it's basically, oh, okay, Grok and ᴢღ솜 at the bottom defending a trio. That's not ideal. No matter who's in the trio, it's not good at being like
Resurrecting soon.
at a man disadvantage when you're in lane. This is gonna cost you quite a lot actually. Alright, right now you see the enemy is trying to take a turtle. ᴢღ솜 flip Franco. We can't steal a turtle because, well, Roger has retribution. I came around from the top lane because as a tank, when you see some stuff going around, and if you can help, you should try to come and help. And that's one of the advantages of Hilda. Because of your first ability that gives you so much movement speed, you can just roam from, you know, not top to bottom, that's only for Fanny, but maybe top to mid, or bottom to mid, and so on. I think at this moment I was saying, hey Cyclops, can you go bottom? Because I don't think, well, I mean, when you have Fanny as a laning opponent, you don't really want a mage going against her. She's an assassin, you can just delete the mage like it's nothing. I mean, there are pros and cons to both. There are arguments for me going to bottom. Because, well, it provides more tanky power, especially against a lot of magic damage. Alright, here we see that the enemy team just threw everything out. Something I want to mention is for Grok, you really gotta make use of your passive. If you don't stay near walls, you're not very tanky. Especially when you're going against a trio. Yeah, at this point I have no idea why Grok was not near a wall. I guess that's just one of the weird things about his passive. I guess we have to look back on that another time. Alright, this moment we see that the enemy team is just, whoa, we have 4 people coming down the gank here. It's like crazy. I wish I could calm down, but I was already in top lane. Clint is in a bad position,
Our turret has
but he
been
managed to
destroyed.
get out of there.
Too easy.
Oh, and another advantage of Hilda is you can just solo
Destroy the
lane,
turret.
and you can solo almost anyone. Yeah. I used Petrify there because I was taking a lot of damage. Had 2 marks already. If she decided to ult me,
Initiate retreat.
I'll be in a dangerous position. Oh yes, it's a good time to talk about battle spells now. I take Petrify on Hilda because,
What else?
well, Hilda doesn't have that much CC, and it looks like we're gonna have something going on here. They actually have a quad at the bottom lane, which is pretty crazy.
Lord resurrecting soon.
Here we see Clint was out of position. He tried to escape. Oh, actually, Franco missed his hook, but he just dashed back and Franco's hook just connected. It's unfortunate. At this moment, we really should get out of here, but I guess because Grok went in, we just went in like, I don't know. It's a really bad idea.
Enemy
And you can see that everyone is just dead.
enemy triple kill.
Except me, of course,
Our
because
turret
Hilda
is
didn't just
under
run.
attack.
But of course, I thought too much of myself and I just tried to out Roger, but he wasn't in tower range, so if he was in tower range, I stunned him there, he probably would have
Our
died
turret
first.
has been
But,
destroyed.
well, it's unfortunate.
Our turret is under attack.
Yeah, in this case, you see that a crucial freeze on Grok prevents him from using his ultimate effectively. So, if Grok was near a wall at the time when Aurora used
Our
freeze,
turret has been
Grok would
destroyed.
take the damage, of course, but will not get CC. That means he won't stop there. So, at this point, Grok could have much a higher impact if Grok was staying near the wall. Here we see Clint was hooked by Franco, but his team's not there, so it's alright. Now the team is here, and we're just retreating all the way back.
Too easy.
I'm not sure what's with Grok. I think he might have lost connection at this point.
Sorry, I didn't mean to push you.
Yeah, I'm just skirmishing around with Fanny. Well,
Wanna play wrestling?
I don't really want to chase Fanny because it's really hard to kill Fanny unless you have some displacement ability and a stun. I have a slow. That's not a stun. Oh, some messy shit going on here.
Initiate retreat.
Heroes never fade.
My team tried to contest Lord, but the fact of the matter was
Unstoppable.
Clint was in the mid lane. He was still farming, and that's one of the key things about
Shut down. You have been
team
slain.
fights and stuff.
Glory and redemption.
Here I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. It's really bad. Good thing I'm a tank. Well, not any tank, it's Hilda.
Enemy has been slain.
Because Hilda has so much regen.
Initiate retreat. Initiate retreat.
Here, unfortunately, Grok goes
You
back
have been slain.
and he's gonna die.
Our turret is
Alright, I
under
need to
attack.
mention that Grok is really under farm at this point, and I'm like, wait,
Initiate retreat.
how do you even
Our
get so
turret has
under
been
farm?
destroyed.
Well, of course, if you keep roaming around too much, you're just not gonna get a lot of your experience. You're gonna lose so much. Which is why it's common practice for MM to go mid. Even though I wouldn't encourage it, it's always good if you have MM to follow you side and we have assassin in the middle. But of course, in our team comp, we don't have an assassin. We only have ᴢᴏ as a fighter. And ᴢᴏ's small range makes it really hard for him to go against the
Initiate
MM.
retreat.
Right, and here we see the whole team is coming over the gank. I gotta move back now.
Request backup.
Alright, at this point, because just as you are contesting in the laning phase, you have to let your teammates know that you need help, of course. When you have like 4 people pushing you, even though you're a tank, you can still die under a turret.
Our
Here we have
turret is
Fanny
under
chasing
attack.
ᴢᴏ, and ᴢᴏ unfortunately not be able to survive.
Line them up, knock them down.
Well, Clint shouldn't be chasing. Yeah. Alright, we see the whole team is still again, and we see that this is a very crucial point here.
You have been slain.
But of course, our team wasn't really there,
Too easy.
so it's a mistake on my part as well. And of course, Clint doesn't have a second ability, so he just can't run. Running back to the third is not good enough because people can just dive you like Roger, and Frank will just hook you out of that range. It's just gonna be crazy. So at this point, it looks pretty damn bad for us actually.
It would take an army to stop me.
And this is why we're actually relooking this, because we try to avoid this in the future.
Our inhibitor
Like
turret
horrendous.
is under attack. Our turret has
So
been
they're just 10 minutes in the
destroyed.
game and they have inhibitor already.
Your impudence will not be tolerated.
Oh, and this point, wow, godlike hood from Franco. He's gonna kill us.
Our base is under attack.
That is the strength of a Pigcon. But the Pigcon is just so reliant on Franco. You basically need Franco to do everything. And yeah, but when he does it, it's crazy. Claim is really low. He killed Fanny, but he's already dead. Fortunately, we cleared the minion wave, so the enemy is gonna retreat now. It's the second wave now, but ᴢᴏ will respawn, and he can help us clean up the wave.
Lord resurrecting soon.
Charge! Don't be a jelly.
Oh, at this point, oh, unfortunately, ᴢᴏ got hooked again.
Team destroyed a turret.
Ah, if you get hooked when the enemy team is there, it's just GG. Unless you're a tank, of course. Oh, and based on just now's event where Franco hooked ᴢᴏ, I just want to make a recommendation that ᴢᴏ, you really, if you don't want to take Retribution to farm, you can just take Purify. It's so much better than Flicker because your ultimate helps you run. So if you flicker away and run, but people stun you,
My weapon is your
not
Initiate retreat.
not very useful because you're just gonna die anyway. If you get stunned 2 times, it's just GG. But of course, because your ultimate removes your debuffs, of course, and stun, and they call it imprisoning, in fact. But Purify is a good one just to help you if you get, especially if you're going against Pigcon with heavy CC. Like if you get frozen into Ice Cube by Aurora, you know Aurora can just one shot you if she
Initiate retreat.
goes in and use her second skill and first and then her third one, and it's just gonna destroy. This point is gonna make a huge mistake. I went to chase for Roger. Roger was low, but he has so much lifesteal, so the whole enemy team decided to chase after me. I relieve a little bit of pressure off my team, but of course, because at this point the enemy team is so much more farm than us, they're just gonna do what they want to do.
Our turret has been destroyed.
Grog went in for a very nice ultimate, knockdown on so many people. Cyclops ulted Aurora as well. My all connected, even though Aurora flickered away because my all connected before the flicker, and well, we look like we're not too bad now in the redeeming state, even though we lost our inhibitor already.
Be a jelly.
Well, one more thing I want to mention
Our
is
turret has been
Fanny
destroyed.
split push is too strong. Well, of course, this is before patch. So now, I mean, soon in the future they'll be patching this up. And oh yeah, right now you see that Franco has ulted me. He hooked and ulted me. But I'm a tank. I don't worry about that shit.
Initiate retreat.
You see, our whole team is here now. Grog came with ultimate, didn't do that much damage, but of course Franco is out of position.
A good soldier needs both brain and gut.
Request backup.
At this point, we're slowly realizing actually we still have a chance to win. Well, because what we saw was the Franco was good at hooking, but he tended to hook the tanks. Because the tanks are at front, then he's like, oh yeah, it's just easy hook, right? Easy hook, easy win. So he just went in. Here we see Grog has gone in already, so I'm just gonna follow up here.
Request backup.
Not entirely sure why. Grog went for ultimate, he missed the ultimate on the Roger. We did so much damage to Aurora. Now our MM is here to help us. Roger is focusing me instead of the MM, and so Roger died. SD is blocked by the wall, very nice wall by Grog. Somehow Franco missed his hook. Fanny is pushing our bottom lane. It's pretty damn dangerous now. Oh my god, look at that salty salad. Anyway, so now we have Zilong trying to defend,
Turret under attack.
but we can't stop the turret from being taken down. It's unfortunate for us.
Our turret is under attack. Team destroyed.
So at this moment, Franco hooked me again, used out on me. We're just gonna jump on him like a boss because he's a retard for hooking tanks and ulting them.
Launch a team
If you want to play Franco, just remember never out the tank. Never hook a tank actually. You don't even have to say never out the tank. Just don't hook the fucking tank. That's gonna kill your team, man. Especially if, for example, if you hook a Mino who is enraged, he's just gonna out your whole team. Then you're gonna be sorry. And of course, Franco is so bad in team fights, in terms of his tanking ability. So Franco is just gonna be roaming around, hide in a bush or something, try to find an opportunity at attack. And here, of course, we see there's a huge wave here. I don't really want to engage on Fanny because, well, I'm like a little under half health. Yeah, so just came here to just clean the wave. Big shout out to Cyclops are helping out.
I never go to the gym.
Oh, at this point I have no idea what I was doing. I probably was typing about, oh yeah, it's alright, we can do this. And of course, look at this, the whole team has come over. Fanny has outed the jungle minion. After my immortality, I just petrified. And now look at this, the whole team is chasing me. I got one hit from the Lord, but managed to escape with like 1 health. I was so lucky. Anyway, what you see now is basically just now the whole team was chasing me. We saw that Aurora used a flicker just to get close, but of course she didn't get close enough. And so now that when we engage on them, it's really hard for them to escape. Franco is blocked by the wall. Franco is dead. He has immortality, but no problem, I'm gonna kill him again. At this moment, I'm just clearing out the waves and stuff. Well, because I'm too far to help, so I'm just gonna prevent split push, you know, because Fanny, like freaking Fanny. Yes. Anyway. Okay, at this moment, our team is just taking Lord. Just gonna distract Fanny, just gonna whack her a little bit, ult her, chase her, make sure she doesn't come over and KS the Lord. That'll be horrendous. Alright, it's nice. Our team managed to get Lord. Okay, so now we're just gonna back up right now.
My weapon is your shield.
At this point, because we already lost one inhibitor, we really have to focus on our defensive sides more than attacking, which is why getting a Lord is key. In other balanced matches, that means, for example, if both teams haven't lost their inhibitor, or well, at least have the inhibitors, that means there's no open lane, then probably we won't need the Lord. We just like, oh yeah, get some kills, then we just go in because of man advantage and just dive in under the tower and just end the game like that. But of course, now we're just waiting for a Lord.
Launch attack. Request backup.
Well, when there's Lord pushing, typically we have two approaches. The first approach is you just follow the Lord, you get like half a person extra in terms of damage. And here, unfortunately, our Cyclops got altered, and we really have to get out now. Fanny died once, has Immortality.
Initiate retreat.
Franco flickered the wrong way. Good job, Franco. We're just gonna get out of here now. Of course, our marksman is still here. I'm trying to like CC the Roger, but of course he's just too strong in terms of his lifesteal and chase ability. So in this moment, it looks like we're gonna get wiped out here. In fact, look at this Roger just chasing the ᴢᴏ. Especially after the nerf on his ultimate, his speed is just like not as good as before. It's 40%. It's not as good as 50%. At first we look like we're gonna lose and just gonna concede, but we realized actually while we lost the team fight there, we managed to clear the winnings. So that prevented the enemy Fanny from just deleting our base. So that's gonna help us for one more round, and we gonna survive for another round. Of course, because we have some people who are still respawning, Fanny's gonna take our jungle. Finn is coming along. He also doesn't dare to go against Fanny because Fanny is just formidable as an assassin. Especially when she's well fed. Look at her build. She has Despair, Penetration. She has Magic Blade and Immortality and Bloodlust X. So much sustain. And she has Blade Armor if she gets CC'd. Wow, just look at that. Alright, anyway. At this point we realize, of course, the only way if we win is we manage to pick off someone first really fast. Or we dive their SDs or Roger.
My weapon is your shield.
Right here we see that Franco somehow managed to hook me. I'm in the middle of the team, I use Petrify immediately, my whole team comes along. Look at the damage from Grok doing, immediately deleting Aurora. SDs is going to go down, he has Immortality. Roger coming for a fight, I have no idea what he's doing. At this moment we realize, of course, Fanny is just trying to invade our base now, so ᴢᴏ's going to go back. Fanny's going to take down our base, it's half health now. ᴢᴏ came in immediately. Fanny tried to take down our base, and look at that. Our base survives with like 5% health. Wow, it was just really intense. In fact, it's because of this that we managed to close out the game right here. And GG, well played. It was a really amazing game. To my team, y'all did a good job. I hope y'all watch this video and just learn from our mistakes and stuff. And yeah, it was an honor playing with Salty Salad. Alright, that's all for our video. What an epic combat. Agreed. And yes, that wraps up our video for today, and I'll see you guys soon in the next gameplay video when I have some highlights to show.